More at the top of this hill on the right side too. So we're gonna get to the front of the hill, so you might get to see those ones a little bit better here in a moment. A group of rhinos is called a crash, and I'd like to think that's because they are almost blind. They can only see about 10 feet in front of them, and what they can see is kind of just shadows. So it makes sense. Yeah, there's some more up there on the right side. Now we're also starting to make our way towards big cat territory. So be on the lookout for any of those.
For what? For what?
Is she calling them tri-tops? Actually, on the left, you have to look super carefully. But there are a couple cheetahs. If you look, they're at the base of one of those trees that's a little bit farther back. The ear is kind of twitching on one of them, moving back there. They blend in super well with the ground. Now, cheetahs are one of the fastest land animals. They can go from about 0 to 60 miles per hour in just about 3 seconds. They do get to that speed fairly quickly. They can't maintain it for very long, though. It's more like a short sprint of a couple hundred yards. They will use that long tail of theirs, kind of works as a rudder to help them turn. Their nails also don't retract, so they do stay out. It does help them gain traction when they are running those speeds. A lot easier to see. It looks like there is a male lion hanging out up on that Kofi rock there. I think there's a female laying down in between the two trees too, but she's a little bit harder to see. Now, lions will sleep or rest about 16 to 20 hours a day. So during the day, that's pretty much what you're going to see them doing, not a whole lot more. They do tend to be more nocturnal and will do most of their hunting at night. And it is the females that are going to go out and do the hunting while the males stay back and protect the pride.
I could sleep 16 hours a day.
Also coming up here on the right side, we're going to get, I think, a little bit closer still, but there's a couple ostriches over there. So we're going to keep on heading around the Kopis here. We'll get closer to them. Now with these lions, during the day, their eyesight pretty much identical to ours. At night, it does get about 6 times better. So they have super good eyesight at night. Also, when they vocalize, their vocalizations can be heard up to 5 miles away. So I always tell people, if you plan on staying here up until the park closes, definitely keep your ears open, because there's a chance that you might hear it a little bit later. It gets pretty noisy around here. Alright, let's see if we can get to those ostriches again. Ostriches are one of the largest species of birds. They're flightless birds, though. They will use their wings to help them turn when they run, because they can run speeds of about 30 to 40 miles per hour. So they are fairly quick. Now they will lay eggs individually. Each one of their eggs can weigh about 3 pounds. And they're so strong, just about any one of us could stand on them and absolutely nothing would happen. Do you want some? Now they do also tend to lay all of their eggs in one big pile, and the matriarchs of the group will watch over them. I know it's been a minute since we saw the white rhinos, but a super cool conservation fact about them. Over in Uganda, white rhinos were extinct in the wild, so that meant there were no more remaining. Now, obviously, that is not the cool part. The cool part is thanks to our breeding program here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, they were actually able to send 2 white rhinos over there, and they did start repopulating. So we have seen those numbers going up, which is super exciting, especially since we had a part in that. We always want to see those numbers going up out there in the wild. But it does look like we are coming up on the Warden's Post just up ahead here, so that does mean our safari is coming close to an end. The Warden has adopted some Nigerian dwarf goats that we can usually see hanging out here, though. They do help our Warden keep the grass looking nice and the weeds down low, and in return, they produce the milk that the villagers here find very sweet and high in value. So that does allow the village to rely less on the wildlife out there. They are small. They won't get any bigger than this, though. They are full-grown adults. They're adorable. Actually, this little black and white spotted one that's kind of hanging out by this tree stump there, she's my favorite. I don't know why. She's just so cute. Those guys are one of the many examples of how humans and animals can live in harmony together. It just takes a little bit of effort from us. Some small things that we can do at home but make a huge difference for these guys. Planting some native trees or plants in your yard, maybe building a few bird houses here and there, or even some bat boxes. A lot of these animals, including the elephants that we saw, are losing their habitats due to mining for metallic ore, otherwise known as coltan, and that's found in many of your small electronics. So things like cell phones, laptops, tablets, anything like that. So next time that brand new shiny iPhone comes out and you guys decide to go out and purchase it, just make sure you recycle the old one. If you guys did enjoy seeing the animals here on the safari, there's still plenty more for you to see today. Here in Africa, you can hop on over to the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail where you'll see naked mole rats, meerkats, and an underwater hippo viewing pool where you can sometimes get a little bit closer view of some hippos and kind of see how they move under the water. Also over in Asia, right behind Kali River Rapids, you're going to find some Maharaja jungle trek. Now out there you might see Sumatran tigers, Komodo dragons, bats, and a whole bunch of different exotic bird species. Both of those trails are about a 15 to 20 minute walking trail though, so you want to give yourself a little bit of extra time if you do plan on doing them. Then you also close at 6:30 though, so just keep that in mind as you guys are heading around the park if that is something that you guys are interested in doing. Alright guys, now here in Harambe we don't like to say goodbye. We feel that's far too sad and far too final. Instead we leave you with Kwaherini, which means to go well. So Kwaherini friends, go well, go wild, go make a difference out there and enjoy the rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Once again, my name was Rachel. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little while out there. Alrighty, my friends on the right, watch those hands, arms, feet, legs, with the side open, and watch you step down. There's a little bit of a step there. If I had any Wilderness Explorers on board, you guys were on board the Simba one. Kwaherini, everyone.